Hey everybody, it's Queen Jelly and welcome back to the Toy Box. Today we're going to be doing a unboxing of more of my older dolls. So we have Bella Parker, and her name is escaping me right now. Lola Wilde. From the Costume Ball series. These are both of the pink dolls. This is the Rainbow High Pink doll and the Shadow High Pink doll. So I've been waiting for these to go on sale since they came out essentially a year ago at this point. And they finally did somewhat. So they were like $37 for these dolls that were just one outfit. When around that time, the dolls were around $25 for just one outfit. So I believe the full price was like $37, $38, something like that. Somewhere in the just under the $40 range. So I have she's sitting back here, Demi Batista, which I have open and I have a video on my channel. But at the same time, I bought Bella. So I've had Bella in the box for over a year because I wanted to have one in box and one out of box, but I've been waiting for them to go on sale. And I know that some of the Walmarts are starting to clearance them out, but not all the Walmarts. Like I have like 3 Walmarts in my area and only one of them put them even on any sale at all. And it was just that this one was like $25, $26. So I bought this Bella at full price and she's been sitting in a box for a year. And then I bought Lola recently, but she was still like only like $10 cheaper. But being like $10 cheaper, put her in similar range to dolls of her level, essentially, where she's just a doll and an outfit. Obviously, like, these are a little bit plussed up, but not incredibly so versus, you know, a standard Rainbow High, just because a standard Rainbow High is such high quality. But I wanted the full collection, but this is what I've been able to get so far. There is a pink girl, a blue girl, and a purple girl from each set from Rainbow High and Shadow High. I wanted to have kind of like a set in box and a set out of box, but they've just been so expensive, it's not really been worth it, and I'm not really an in-box collector. So I think it's about time to open Bella, and of course Lola. One of the big other reasons why I kind of had kept Bella in the box is because I already had Beach Bella, the one from the Pacific Coastline, and I'd been using her as my like dress up Bella, but since I haven't been really redressing my dolls as much and I've just been kind of having them sit there on display, I'd like to be able to finally see her out. I don't know if I ever showed on my channel that I found an original series 2 Bella at a thrift store. Actually, technically my mom did, she came with her original dress, but that was it. So I don't really have much else for her. Right now she's wearing Priscilla's second pair of shoes. Priscilla's pair of shoes, because she's wearing her shoes. This is Victoria Whitman, isn't it? I don't know where Priscilla came from. But she's wearing her shoes. Because she's wearing the second outfit from Kaya Hart right now. But anyway, I want to get her a pair of, I want to get one of the boxes of the mystery shoes of the Bella shoes and just get those for her. Anyway, I digress. I've gotten off topic. It's been almost 4 minutes, or it's been 4 minutes, and we haven't even touched one of the dolls yet. So, like I said, they're starting to go on clearance at Walmart. These were a Walmart exclusive series that were released last year around this time for, you know, Halloween-ish season. They came out a little bit later than originally intended, so they didn't do super well. But as you can see, the boxes are fairly similar, but slightly different, of course, with the Rainbow versus the Shadow High, but they do say special edition on the side. And then on the back, it has a picture of the 3 dolls from that school. Originally, the next one I wanted to get was Eliza McPhee. And they actually had all the dolls still in stock at all the Walmarts I've been to. But when I looked at Eliza, like, I liked her the most, like, thematically next, but her face is just so much prettier. And plus I'm just, you know, I mean, I love my pink and my blues, but like, I don't know, I just wanted to get her. And then again, I also have the Bella. So also you can see that I don't know if you can see that, but I can. The top of her box is very dusty because I've had her just sitting there for so long. But yeah, so in the series it was Bella, Lola Wilde, and then Robin, Sterling and Eliza McPhee, and then Violet and Demi Batista. So we got 3 repeat characters for Rainbow High and 3 brand new characters for Shadow High. On the back it says, the Rainbow Vision costume ball is nearly as fierce as the competition itself. Which school are you rooting for? And it's identical on both boxes. It's just written in silver on Shadow High and gold in the Rainbow High box. Same thing with, there's like fake rivets around the outside. They're silver on Shadow High and gold on Rainbow High. And then on the side it shows you their focus. So for Bella it is a art direction focus, and for Lola it is a cosmetology focus. Let me just bring it down so you can see that. Here's their barcode. So this is Bella. Let me just flip it over so you can see it better. And here is Lola. I don't know if they like continued to produce these over the year and that's why they've always been in stock, or if they just really didn't sell well at all. And that's why they have been sitting on the shelves unmoving for the past year. I mean, the higher price point plus, I mean, you can open them, but on the shelf, they're sitting there as closed boxes. Like, you can kind of tell that they're a little bit more high end. So I think a lot of the main demographic, because although Rainbow High is very popular with collectors, I think the main demographic is younger children. And if I were a parent going into the store, I would see this and be like, oh, those are collector dolls. I'm not going to get those for them. I'm going to get them the cheaper dolls that I don't mind them playing with. And so like them being mass produced at the same level as like a play line, but being kind of marketed more as like a collector one, I can kind of see why they didn't sell as well, especially with it being Walmart as the exclusive location. I think they may have actually done better if they were at Target, because when you go to Target, you kind of expect things that are going to be a little bit more expensive, where at Walmart, you're not really expecting to go in to spend $40 on one doll for your kid. With that being said, though, again, they're gorgeous dolls, and really well done, of course, as we come to expect from Rainbow and Shadow High. So if we open up the box inside, it is Velcroed on the side here. We have a little description on this side, and the doll on this side kind of standing in like a little party scene. It says, Lola Wilde is literally bringing out the claws for the Rainbow Vision costume ball. She's a cosmetology focus, and eye-catching nail art is where she really shines. Which is cool because she does have the really long nails, and we will look at those when we get her out of the box. And then if we open up Bella here, we can see Bella on this side with some gold accents, of course. And then on this side it says, Bella Parker always has the most spellbinding looks. She gets some tricks up her witchy sleeves to make sure school takes center stage at Rainbow Vision Costume Ball. Now I know the whole point of the costume ball was there was a competition, and it was like this character versus that character in like each of the categories. And I honestly could not tell you who won. I don't remember, other than I did agree with it for the most, at least in the fact that like, I'm pretty sure that they claimed that that this beat this at high. Now granted, we'll make, better decisions once they get out of the box, but I do think, in my personal opinion, I like Bella better, but that's just a personal thing on me liking witches over, like a werecat. But I'm also just a sucker though for fantasy skins, so I think you can kind of see their stands back there, and then the Shadow High that says you're invited. Literally all it is a card that on the other side has a QR code on it that you can scan to go to the episode about these dolls. So, and that's literally it. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and I'm going to get them out of their boxes and show us up a little bit up closer with them out of the box. So I have my girlies, And we have Lola over here and Bella over here as they were before. They were pretty genuinely easy to get out of the box. The only hard part I found with Lola was she did have 2 plastic ties keeping her arms down to her side, which were kind of unnecessary since they're so much further. You wouldn't be able to like tell that they're like, but I get it. That's how they package them. But that problem was the fur was I couldn't see the plastic tie. So it was really hard to find it and not cut the fur. So I had to sit there for a minute and kind of pull the fur back as much as I could. And though I did it rather than just snipping, I just took the scissors and kind of like pushed it against the plastic until it popped. And that seemed to work well enough without having to cut the fur off. And then with Bella, the way that they had her stand base, they had it behind the body mold, which is pretty typical to put it behind the like plastic body mold. But the plastic body mold was so tight onto the box that I had to cut it in order to get it out. Because usually I can just kind of like reach behind and like slide it out. But I had to like actually like cut the body mold in order to get it so that I could get the stand out. Again, fine, because at this point, like I have had like essentially like hoarding tendencies, which I mean kind of makes sense with being like a collector and stuff, but I for a while was keeping like every single box from every doll that was kind of special. But honestly, like I've started to like be able to be like, oh well, I have the video of like their boxes and stuff, so I don't need to keep their boxes. I'm still keeping like my actual collector doll boxes so that way if I need to, you know, eventually I'm going to be moving to, you know, a nicer space. So when I move, you know, I want to have, you know, a safe way to move them, and also the goal to, you know, display them with their boxes behind them. I would love to be able to do that someday. But anyway, sorry. So, they each come with their comb, which I have so many of these at this point, and I don't recommend using them, especially not on Lola. I mean, like, they'll get the job done, especially if you're not playing with the doll's hair too much. I, for the longest time, was brushing with plastic combs, and my dolls are fine. But I found that since I switched to a metal wig brush, they've been so much better. But yeah, they both have curly hair, but Lola has like extremely curly hair, and this will just destroy that. So I recommend using a metal pronged brush rather than a plastic pronged brush because they have plastic hair. I learned that from other YouTubers. And once I started using it, my doll's hair looks so much better. Then, like I said, they each come with these cards. It says Shadow High or Rainbow High, you're invited. And it is in their kind of like signature, like very, you know, bubblegummy pink and kind of like a pinky purple. And then on the back is that QR code. It says scan here for unique Rainbow or Shadow High experience, but it literally just takes you to the episode that involves them. At least it did at the time when these were originally coming out. I have not scanned it recently. The Lola's feels thicker in my hand than, yeah, it feels sturdier than Bella's does. And then we have the dolls themselves. They do come on their stands as usual, typical Rainbow and Shadow High stands. The Shadow High does have those little spikes around the bottom, whereas the Rainbow High just kind of has these little stripes. The Shadow High stand actually looks a little bit larger, but it could just be because of the spikes. Again, kind of like a pink, almost similar to the Paris pink here, and then this is a little bit more purpley, more plum shade on the stand. So for hair accessories, they both have a, you know, a hairpiece. So we have a black cat ears here on Lola and this big pink witch hat on Bella, which I absolutely adore. Again, I'm super into witches, so I really love this pink hat. If you can see the details on the top, she has this RH emblem on here that's like a, almost looks like it might, yeah, I think it is the electroplated, so it's actually look metallic, and then it has these white studs on it that almost kind of make it look like a name and lights type of thing. It's really cute, and then it has this metallic trim with the white trim as well, and then the little pink point at the top. It is currently held on to the back of her head with a plastic tie. I don't have intentions of taking it off because as of right now, I'm not going to be redressing her. But also it's just on pretty tight on her head. Like I can't really get it off, and I'm not only seeing, okay, so there is some ties here on the side. I was like, I was only seeing the one on the back, but that would explain it. So there's a couple of ties here on the side as well, which of course, like I said, you can take off if you want to take it off, but I want to keep her hat from getting lost. Lola's ears are really cute. I also really like these because I used to wear cat ears like every day. And they have these really pretty like lace parts here in the center, and they are on a nice black headband, which I believe, let's see, I guess they're just rubber banded on. Okay, yeah, so they have spikes. You can kind of see, because I don't want to pull it too hard. There's spikes underneath to hold it in her hair, and those spikes are currently rubber banded, and then that rubber band goes around the back side of her head to keep it on. So as for hair, they both, like I said, have pretty curly hair. Lola has literally no product in it. It's super soft. It literally needs nothing, which is great because I don't want to have to watch out these curls. Bella, on the other hand, is literally hard as a rock. And she just has these big kind of curl waves. So it's not that big a deal to have to wash them out. But Bella has tinsel, and a lot of tinsel, and something that washing can hurt is tinsel. So if you don't like tinsel, then washing it is a great option, especially with really hot water. I've seen it work where you like kind of do the really hot water treatment and then it kind of breaks the tinsel as you're brushing it out. But if you want to keep the tinsel, that's not such a great option. So I will have to see what I can do as far as getting some of this gel out, because this hair is literally, I mean, defying gravity for less of a, you know, no pun intended, but there we go. But it kind of works out. But one thing I will say that I did like that I noticed is that they took a piece of hair from here and pulled it across to style to this side, because a lot of the time when they style these box hairs spread out like this, you get these big bald patches in the back. So I appreciate that they I don't know if this was intentional or not, but I hope it was, that they took this piece and styled it over here so that way when I pull it up, I'm not seeing that big bald spot that's created by having her hair essentially pulled into pigtails. And also Lola has hers up in a half up pony here, which is really cute. And like I said, her hair straight out of the box is perfect. Obviously you could separate these curls and give it a little bit more volume if you wanted to, but I don't think it needs it. I think it's really nicely done. Then next we're going to go down to their faces. Lola does have a bit of baby hairs here around the top, so that's very pretty, very cute for her. And then we come down to her eyebrows, which are a purple to black gradient. Let me zoom in so you can see the details better. There we go. So it's a purple to black gradient, and then she has some eyeshadow that is also a dark to light gradient of gray with some black liner and then some pink and white graphic liner underneath. She has lower lashes that are painted on, but then she has, of course, the rooted upper lashes that we come to find with Rainbow High. And she does have brown eyes, which is not very common, so that's really cool to see on her. And then she has freckles all the way across the bridge of her nose and up into her cheek area. Very cute. I'm not really seeing any blushing on her face though, but she is kind of already like a blush pink almost, so I'm not entirely surprised. And then she has kind of the two-tone lips that I've been seeing a lot, where she has kind of a slightly darker upper than lower, and almost like two different shades of pink, but not quite. It looks very natural. I really like it. Yeah, that's her face. And then for Bella, I'm just gonna push this up a little bit so you can kind of see that she has how her rooting is up here right under the hat. It looks like she has a little bit of a side part there. And then she has her brown eyebrows that are dark to light, but not quite as faded as Lola's are. And then she has some light pink sparkly eyeshadow with some darker pink just above it, and then a very big black cat eye with painted on lower lashes, and the the rooted eyelashes for her upper eye, and of course her signature purple blue eyes. And then it does appear that she has a little bit of white in the inner crease as well as a black lining underneath. And then she has just kind of a pale, almost neutral pink lip, which is fine because it really matches the rest of the look. For earrings, Bella has these 3-tiered earrings. So it has an RH, a little diamond, and then a little pearl on the bottom. and they are identical on both sides. Lola's earrings are SH. They're in loops with then an SH stud right up by her ear. As for their outfits, they're quite similar but also quite different. Lola's is what appears to be a two-piece to me. Yes, it is a two-piece. We have a furry top and then a furry skirt, but they do have this like tweed pattern here on the arms and on the upper portion of the skirt. It does unvelcro in the back, and they are two separate pieces. There is no undershirt. I was wondering if there was, because it kind of looks like a jacket, and sometimes Shadow and Rainbow High like give lots of layers, so I was kind of hoping that there would be a shirt underneath, but there is not. However, on the front there is a faux zipper that obviously does not work, but it is the electroplated and does have a little zipper as well that's actually like a separate piece. Well, it's attached, but you know what I mean? It's not like glued onto it. It is sewn on, so it kind of moves around like a zipper. And then there's more tweed up here around the neck, and then the furry cuffs down here. It's like a soft fur kind of flocking in the center, and then these big longer furs at the shoulders and at the cuffs. She has a belt that is a separate piece that says Shadow on it with a chain hanging down with an S on it as well. And then on her skirt is that same kind of tweed, but then we have another faux zipper with the electroplating, and then we have some pockets here that do kind of have a little gapping to them, so you could probably stick something in there if you really wanted to, but it also looks like those seams aren't super tight, so I wouldn't risk stretching that out too much. And then we have some electroplated Shadow High buttons on the pockets, as well as that longer fur trim around the bottom. For Bella, it is going to be a one-piece dress. As you can see, it opens in the back. There is a nice low V here in the back, which I think is really cute. It is kind of solid, but also has some meshy parts. So we have this solid fabric here at the chest and around the skirt, but then like near her midriff kind of has this little bit of mesh, along with some kind of nude paneling on the side to kind of give this like effect of almost like a two-piece, but not quite. And then we have this mesh here on the sleeves as well. Where we have the mesh, we also have rhinestoning. So we have rhinestones on the sleeve and right here above her midriff. Instead of having a belt, she has a pearl and gold necklace with an RH in the center. This kind of reminds me of the bracelet that comes with the Amaya doll, like the big Amaya. Maybe just because I put that on my big Amaya as a necklace. I don't know, but she has these sleeves that have these really cute like gold details on them. It's kind of like a little spiderweb detail, which is really cute. I love that she has like a pink spiderweb witch. Like, I don't know, I just love it. And then she has these little ruffles here at the sleeves, and then her skirt is a little spiderweb detail as well, same as was on the shoulders, but a little bit more pearlized, a little less gold. There is a spider here on that web on her hip, as well as one here right on her chest. And then she has this big pink bow with some ribbon on it and a electroplated Rainbow High button. And then she has this pink ruffle here around the bottom. I'm surprised to see like a couple of little gold details in here when the majority of the accents are all silver, but then we have like the gold accents on the necklace and then a little bit of gold in the pearlization. Now, I think that's just like the way maybe that my light is hitting the iridescence part, but it literally looks gold to me. There's also gold in her earrings, so like her jewelry is getting hints of gold, but her dress is all silver, so that's kind of interesting. I personally don't mind mixing metals, but I know that that's kind of like typically like a big no. And then as for shoes, she has these pink lacy socks and then these bright pink heels that have the sequins all over. It is a rough sequence. It is not sealed in, and as you can see, it's coming off on my fingers. So I would just be careful because I feel like this sequence could probably pretty damage those socks since they are so small and lacy. But they are cute. They're just kind of a different shade of pink than everything else. They have these like silver, are those, no, I think that's more gold buckles with like pearl details on them that kind of almost make them look silvery. But they have these buckles on the toe and at the ankle, and then they have black around the heel and just around the bottom of the toe, and then there's a like pinky purple sole. Lola, on the other hand, has these knee-high, actually over the knee lace, not lace, fishnet stockings, there we go, that are super cute. And then she has these incredible boots. They, from the front, just kind of look like Docs, but from the side, these like heels, these are insane. Like, I didn't even know literally until I just turned her sideways that that's what they look like. I just assumed that they were just like Docs. I actually thought that they were just like gonna be like solid heels, but this is so cool because this looks like teeth here, and this almost looks like claws. Like, these are incredible. Like, look at that. That is so cool. Those are some of the coolest shoes I think I've ever like seen for a rainbow high doll. They're just so unique. What the heck? And then they have this like actual fabric tie here. So this is like actually fabric going across the shoe and then up into the bow. These are so cool. All right. Oop. Oh, and of course we can't forget the hands. So for Lola here, let's go that way, not the other way. So she has the long hand sculpt. So she has pink and then kind of a dipped in white. She also has some rings on her hand. So we have this big like stone-like ring, and then this smaller one that I'm not sure. Where's my camera? Sorry. I'm not sure. I can't really tell what that detail is on there. It's so small, but there's a close-up of that hand. And then this hand on the other side has the same nail pattern of the pink with the white dip dye and some more rings. We have another one with a pink stone and then a just solid silver pinky ring. I'm not seeing anything special on the thumb. And then for Bella, she actually almost has the same exact style of nail, just with a little bit less of white at the tip. And I'm also not seeing any rings. Do they have? Yeah, they pretty much have almost the same length too. Bella just has a little bit less white, and then, like I said, doesn't have the rings on her hand. All right. I mean, overall, I think that they're both really, really cute dolls. I don't know. It's really hard. Like, I mean, I like them both for different reasons. I think they're both stunning and gorgeous and super happy to have them. I'm glad that I finally opened up Bella. They're definitely going to be spending a lot of time with me this spooky season. Last year I took Demi Batista with me like all the time. So it's time for them to share. Demi is still going to come on some of my adventures, of course, but I think it's time to add some girls into the rotation and have some more spooky fun with all of them, of course. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let us know which one of these two girls was your favorite, if you have one, because for me, I can't really decide. I think they're both equally amazing in different ways for different things. So, but definitely in the shoe game, Lola wins, hands down. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you also very soon in the next one. Bye.